Southwest Florida's news leader. This is Wink News Now, this morning.
It is 7:49. Many of us consider our pets to be a regular part of the family, and owning a dog can be one of the most rewarding experiences. But training a puppy or even an older dog can be pretty tiring.
It does not have to be. There's one man who says he can help in just 2 hours. And Maggie Crane's in our studio with today's Maggie Monday. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, personal dog trainer Patrick Logue describes taking your dog to obedience school as putting a bunch of juvenile delinquents in a room together. And that's one reason he trains dogs in the privacy of his clients' own homes. And one woman says it works so well, she credits Barkbusters with saving her dog's life. When dog trainer Patrick Logue first met Hansi, he knew he was putting himself in a potentially dangerous situation.
Hansi was very standoffish, barked quite a bit, and I will admit I was terribly nervous.
That's why Diane Gergach decided to call Barkbusters in the first place. Hansi lunged and bit her mother.
I went down to grab something and he just went like that, and he chased me to the table. And if it wasn't for Diane, he would have really done a number.
At that point, my neighbors were calling and telling my mother, if you want, we can put the dog down for you.
The 85-pound mutt, rescued from the side of the road, was a classic bad dog.
Anything on the counter he would grab, any food, towels, he'd take toilet paper rolls and unroll them.
Call him reformed.
And you're such a good boy.
In the total time we spent with Hansi, I never felt threatened, and he didn't bark, even once. Diane says a 2-hour training with Barkbusters did the trick.
Barkbuster saved his life because the next step would have had to be to have him put down because, I mean, the whole neighborhood was against it.
So how did he change? Patrick says it takes patience and letting your dog know who's boss.
Dogs are pack animals, and packs have rules, and those rules are demonstrated and conveyed by the leaders.
That's why Barkbusters doesn't really train dogs. It trains people.
They are never going to think and act the same way we do.
One of the first lessons Patrick teaches is how to speak dog.
Sit, good boy. I sound like a pirate when I walk through the neighborhood because I'm making the ba sound. It's a ba sound. So if he starts to forget, then I just do a low guttural sound.
Next, establishing you as the leader and the dominant member of the pack.
If a dog has it in its mind that it is the leader of the house, well, then the #1 job of the leader is to protect. The pizza delivery guy, the mailman, your neighbors coming over, these are all threats to the national security of the dog.
It was one of the major problems Diane had with Hansi.
If you came here a year ago, the only way I could let you in the door is if I took and corralled him and put him in that room, and he'd be slamming it against the door and barking.
Since then, she's learned to take control.
Leaders are responsible for letting people in and out of the den, not followers.
Barkbuster says it's all about a relationship, respect and bonding between you and your four-legged friend.
If a dog were to come up and give you a little nudge, most people pet the dog. Problem with that is that, well, if the dog is able to get a pet anytime it nudges, well, then it might start to think, well, I must be the leader because I'm always initiating. Well, we suggest that you ignore it until the dog goes away. And then the second the dog starts to go away, call it over. So now you're initiating.
Sit.
Simple solutions that take time but make life easier.
If there's any way we can save a dog from being euthanized, this is a perfect opportunity to work with a dog.
Well, there's all the information if you have any problem dog at home. And in the matter of full disclosure, Sarah has a problem dog of her own, and Patrick has been to her house to see Roxy.
Yes, and Patrick came over twice. Roxy has responded really well. I've noticed that it's me that needs more training. I have to train myself really to be able to respond to Roxy.
And Brian has a new puppy. That's why we've brought him in on this.
I'm starting to think I might need to sign up because I'm noticing some problem behaviors, you might call them.
Yeah, I really learned a lot. You could really tell this whole leader-follower sort of initiative.
Yeah, and dogs respond.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you have an idea for a Maggie Monday, I'd love to hear from you. Just send me an email at the address on your screen.